Hello there, people of the world, and welcome to today's episode of Coffee Chats with Jax. You guys, if you recognize this room right now, then you have been watching my videos for a really long time. Before I came here to Colorado, I had a phone call with my friend that always is there for me. You know who you are. Thank you for being you. I was talking to her about how there's a few things in my life that are a little bit off balance right now. And these things have been off balance for a really long time. And I don't have answers for them, and I don't have a moral of the story yet for them, and I don't have the full picture in my head, and I can't communicate them very well to somebody else. And because of those things, I have a really hard time with this. I have a really hard time, and my mind races constantly, like over and over again, like, how do I solve this? How do I solve this? How do I answer this question? How do I find this moral of the story? How do I communicate this in a way that makes sense to other people? And it's not even just that I want it to make sense to other people, but I want it to make sense to myself. And the truth is, I don't have an answer and I don't have a solution. When I was explaining this to my friend, she just started telling me that, like, that's okay. Honestly, me and this girl are a lot alike. She's a writer too, and I'm a writer. And I don't know if it's a writer thing or if it's just a me thing, but I tend to want to have the full picture. I have a hard time sitting in tension, a hard time sitting in unanswered questions and unanswered prayers and unanswered anything. I need to see the picture, and I don't know if it's because I'm a writer. I like to have the story so that I can communicate it out in a video or in a blog or in a book. I love that. This friend of mine was reminding me that, like, hey, life is so full of unanswered questions and so full of tensions, and there's actually a lot of beauty in the tensions, and there's actually a lot of beauty in the unanswered questions. Oh my gosh, she had like the coolest metaphor analogy thing. Like I've said before, I can't make analogies. It's really hard for me. But I really love and appreciate when other people make analogies, and this friend of mine is one of them, and she made the analogy of, like, there's beauty in tension, like look at night and day, look at winter and summer, the moon and the stars versus the black sky. Like tension is good. And she was explaining this to me, and I was like, oh my gosh, please write that in a book or something. But I realized that she's right. There's gonna be so many times in life when things are so complicated, or when things don't have a resolve or don't look the way that we want them to look. There's going to be moments where you have to sit in it. And I have this other friend who's really good at that. Really, really good at sitting in the unanswered questions and sitting in the I don't have a solution. It's really awesome how she does it. I don't know how, because it's like impossible to me. I'm working on not having a moral of the story. It's easier to present like a problem or something to someone if you have but I learned this, but the solution is this. But here's where I found peace in it. Sometimes we don't find peace in everything right away. And sometimes things are too complicated to have a simple answer. Learning how to sit in that and not let that consume my mind and my brain and my life, that's gonna be something that's really valuable for me to learn. And if there's anyone out there like me, like, I'm making this video, I guess, for both of us, because I need to hear this as much as you need to hear this. So this is a video that doesn't have a moral of the story. This is a video that doesn't have here's what I learned. I guess I did learn that, but like, it's not a big solution to where here's what I did because of it and all my pleasure and peace and answered everything. Because sometimes they don't have that at the end, and that's okay. Just means we're human. We live in a fallen, broken world, and it's just a part of life. So let's keep making our own decisions. Let's keep owning our own consequences, and let's just keep doing the best that we can, and knowing that it's okay to not know everything. It's okay to not have closure over everything. Like, closure is a beautiful thing, but it's not always gonna be there. When we realize that, not only does it make it really beautiful when we do get closure, when we do get peace and answers, but it takes the pressure off of us for feeling like we need that to be okay. Anyway, I love you guys, and I just finished writing my book. I'm in the revision editing process. It's been the coolest experience. No idea that I was gonna be a writer. I thought I was gonna be like Dinosaur Hunter or something, but I guess I'm gonna be a writer, so that's fun. But if you guys want a preview of that book, I have uploaded 6 different pages to my Patreon page for just patron-only people to read and get previews and just give me feedback and stuff before the rest of the world. So if you guys want the chance to read those, then go to my Patreon page. Once we hit our next goal, I will be releasing 2 more pages, and after that, who knows? So yeah, you guys, please go join my Patreon page if you like anything that I've had to say. Links in the description box below or on the box on the side of the screen. Love you guys, and I hope you have a good rest of your week.